Hello, this is RV Vagabond Jerry, and today I'm in the town of Lincoln, New Hampshire. And what I'm going to do today is drive my motor scooter over to the town of Conway, New Hampshire, which is about 35 miles east of here. And it's a short drive, but it has many attractions along the way. So I'm going to show you some of the main attractions, in addition to a lot of hiking trailheads, biking trails that they have. There's so many of those, I'm going to skip those, but there's a lot of other things to see along the way I'm going to show you in this video. But first, let me show you where I suggest you park your RV when you bring it to Conway. It's Sawmill Drive, and it is right next to the Lincoln Town Hall building, right here. But first, let me show you what is right across the street. There is a pizzeria, and right next to that is a Chinese restaurant, which is, I think, about the most reasonably priced restaurant in town, unless you just want a Subway. So when you pull in the Sawmill Drive, you'll see two parking lots on the right. Do not go that way. Use the parking lot on the left. And this was recommended to me by the Lincoln Chamber of Commerce. It's a fairly small parking lot, but it's free parking, and there are no time limit signs. I've been here for 3 days now, and this other RV was here before I even got here. So it's really nice to have this city-owned parking lot where they allow you to park overnight. Right outside of town is the Loon Mountain ski resort, and during the summer they do give gondola rides up to the top of the mountain, somewhere way up there. This is the river that runs right alongside the road, and this is right below the ski area there. Look how shallow the river is, and you can see couple of the ski lifts here. There are several campgrounds along the highway, and they're all pretty much like this, where you have no hookups at all. It's just primitive camping, other than a picnic table and a barbecue grill fire pit, and certainly no lack of shade. That was Hancock Campground, which is the closest one to the city of Lincoln, and a few times the road will cross the river here, so you've got a few times to pull over and stop and take a look at the river. There's a footbridge over there. I'm just going to show you this one trailhead. Like I said in my opening, there are numerous trailheads all along the highway, and you do have to pay $5 a day to park here and use the trails, but if you have a National Parks Pass, you don't have to pay. I guess they got to pay for their log cabins somehow. Next is the Big Rock Campground. The camping fee is $25 a day. And again, all you get is a picnic table and a fire pit and a whole bunch of trees. That's it for $25. I wonder if this is the Big Rock it was named after. By the way, there are dumpsters and restrooms. Well, I'm going to take a look at what this is. I can hear the river flowing. I I guess these are what you call otter rocks. And I don't quite know what that means. Well, they're having a relaxing day. A little bit of a waterfall here. Another one on the side merging in. It's a nice day use place. This is the Hancock Trailhead, and I stopped here because it has a really nice long vista overlook of the mountaintops. And here is some information about the mountains. Are you a peak bagger? First time I've heard that term. And here you can see a few streams coming down from the mountaintops. Next is the Kancamagus overlook, and that is the name of the river that runs along the highway. They've got a little gazebo here at the overlook point. You can see several layers of mountains way in the distance there. And they've got a couple plaques here that explains, I guess you'd say, explains nature. Very nice overlook point. This identifies the various peaks and ridges. Very nice. Kancamagus, or however you pronounce it, is the name of this highway. And as you can see, it's not terribly a high elevation. Those two overlooks I showed you were looking towards the south. This one, on the other side of the highway, is looking towards the north. So it seems the mountains just go on and on around here, but not terribly high elevations. Here's another scenic overlook. Gives you a pretty wide view here. And that big one in the distance . And this one, like the last one, is looking north. And quite a ways further down the road is the trail to Sabbaday Falls. This explains how the waterfall got its name. The day of rest. The trail to the waterfalls goes right along the river here, if you can call it a river. Looks more like a creek to me. So you get some good views along the trail here. This is an area just below the falls. Here's a really old plaque somebody made. This is right above the falls. And this is where it starts to go down. This explains the different sections of the falls. I started right there, and then you go up a set of stairs over the bridge, and then right there. This is the bridge that goes over the falls. And by the way, the trail is only 3/10 of a mile from the parking lot. Then a little further down the road is another campground. Same deal here. You're just renting a piece of dirt. Then just a little further down the road is the trail to Kancamagus Falls. It's 2.8 miles round trip. And personally, I'm just not up to that right now after doing the last waterfall. You might want to read this story about an Indian who got cursed. I guess that is the Indian there. But if you ask me, this guy's been cursed even more. I'm not sure about the gorge part, but it certainly is rocky. I'm gonna go up on that bridge there. This is a nice little waterfall. Can't get much more rocky than this. This has been a favorite stop for a really long time. I'm on the bridge now, and from here it's much more of a gorge. And on the other side, downstream, very gorgy. It looks deep here, but look way down there where the rocks are, it looks pretty shallow. Yeah, I'd say Rocky Gorge is a good name for this place. One more shot downstream and then I'm taking off. Then a few more miles down is the lower falls, which is right here. And this is very rocky as well. Here's the falls. Downstream. Somebody's been doing a lot of cutting down trees here. Wonder what that's about. Well, folks, you can see how many stops this was along a short drive. So if possible, I'd recommend you do it in a car or even better, a motorcycle. It's a lot of stopping and starting. Well, give me some comments below about the video. Good day, folks.